men. Take him out.
I tell you, it wasn't my fault. I tried all evening to make him stop gambling, but he wouldn't. Do you think if I had known how desperate he was, I wouldn't have tried to prevent this?
Where were you when this happened?
In the other room. He came in here alone. That's all I know about it.
All that may be true, Myra. But this time you're going to get out of here.
Why?
Because I consider you undesirable. And because at last I have an excuse to deport you.
This must be a great moment for you. Ever since I arrived, you've tried to put me out. What gives you the right to hound me the way you've been doing? The fact that you wear a uniform.
Boat is leaving for German West Africa at midnight. Your passage will be arranged. Compliments of the Crown. You can raise the devil with the Germans. I hope you do. We'll probably be fighting them soon. Oh, Lieutenant Enright, remain here while she packs. Then bring her to headquarters for her passport.
A passport. A passport to hell.
Oh, let me. I'm sorry about this, Myra. It's hard luck. You've been awfully decent to a lot of us down here. We'll miss you.
Thanks.
It's a far cry from London, isn't it? You should never have left there. You were an innocent party in that scandal. You should have faced it out.
It wouldn't have done any good. When I was named as correspondent, every door in London closed against me.
It was running away that seemed to prove your guilt.
What does it matter now, anyway? I couldn't have faced it. Not all the mud of the divorce court.
It would have been better than batting around from pillar to post. France, Germany, Morocco, Accra.
Please. Who knows? My luck may change in a new country. No one knows me in German Africa. I may have a chance down there. Now run along. Come back in 10 minutes. I have to change.
You've certainly got nerve, Myra. Every time you've had to take it on the chin, you've done it. I say you deserve a salute.
In diesem Jahr?
Ach, schlecht. Sehr schlecht. Ich bekomme gar nichts dieses Jahr. Hammer! Hammer, Malami!
Ja, 2 Tage vor der Zeit eingetroffen. Ja.
Wieder gehen Sie an Bord. Ja, bringen wir Fahrzeit in unsere Tage.
Good morning, everyone. All passengers going ashore in the main salon, please. Passport inspection.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to stand aside.
But I certainly can't understand this.
Schmidt. Hermann Schmidt. Geht Schmidt.
Danke schön, Gang.
What are you doing here?
What I've been doing for 15 years, rubber consignments.
You in business here?
Think I'd come to this flea-bitten dope for any other reason?
You're British. I'm sorry, I have to hold you for investigation.
What for? I come here twice a year. Why all this fuss, this stuff and nonsense?
War.
England's not at war.
No, but she may be at war any moment, and I'm not permitted to allow any British subject ashore unless questioned by the military police. Stand aside, please.
Lothar. Eric, I knew you'd come aboard. Well, you look wonderful.
So do you. How are things?
Splendid. I'm going home. Oh, yes, Naval Reserve.
Oh.
How long do you intend to stay?
Well, anyway, come on shore and have dinner with me tonight.
I'm sorry, Eric, I can't. I'm dining aboard. Little French girl, you know.
Oh. Did you bring one for me?
Well, you can look over the collection and see what...
Just a minute.
French.
Oh, mademoiselle, there's no need of you standing in line. You can't go ashore.
But, monsieur, what is going to happen to me?
That will be decided later.
Oh, thank you, monsieur.
Myra Carson, British. No German, we say?
I didn't think it necessary.
War rumors have tightened up everything. What are you doing here? Business?
No, just traveling.
Know any German residents who'll vouch for you?
No.
From Accra. English. No occupation.
Quite a lot to live down, isn't it?
Sorry, I'll have to hold you for police inspection. Stand aside, please.
Will you permit me?
Thank you, Lieutenant.
My name is Fontito. How did you know my rank?
I'm familiar with uniforms.
New to Africa?
No?
Oh, of course not. From Accra.
Yes. I've been in this Turkish bath for over a week now. I'm a little tired of it.
I wish there was something I could do about it.
So do I. I was looking forward to a dinner ashore and a bath in water that isn't half oil.
Yes, of course. Yes. My father commands military police here. I wonder if I couldn't... Excuse me a moment. Lothar, we can't let that English girl stew in this oven.
Your father's orders.
Yes, I know, but... I heard them ask if she had a resident to vouch for.
Yes, but she hasn't.
Would she be allowed to go ashore if she had?
Of course.
Well, I'm a resident.
How long do you intend to stay?
Excuse me.
About a year.
Well, what do you think about Metropolis?
Most exciting.
I hope you'll find it so. Remember, the officer said I wasn't to let you out of my sight.
Oh, I see. I'm under arrest.
Absolutely. I have to escort you everywhere.
How nice.
Good boy.
Fräulein? Bless your heart, Herman.
Well, I can give you the corner room.
That'll be splendid.
How long will the lady stay?
Well, that all depends.
Bitte mir hier zu folgen.
Not very inviting, but it's the best we have.
Well, one doesn't expect the Ritz on the west coast of Africa.
No, of course not. Oh, shall I turn on the fan?
Oh, yes, do. you in the habit of doing this sort of thing?
Oh, rescuing helpless ladies? No. But I had to get you off that ship somehow. You see, I've been down in the interior. Until yesterday, I hadn't seen a white woman for 10 months.
Well, that explains it.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It's you.
10 months, that's a long time.
It was an eternity.
If your father's the commissioner here, why did you have to stay?
Oh, you don't know him. There's no favoritism with him. In fact, it's the other way around.
Stern Prussian parents, huh?
Mm-hmm. At any rate, it's over. I'm to be stationed here from now on.
But what will your father say when he finds out that you've taken me ashore against his orders?
Well, we'll soon find out. I'm going over to headquarters now and explain. Remember, you're in my charge.
I shan't forget.
Dinner at 8.
I'll be ready.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
Where's my son?
Yes, sir.
I'm right here, sir.
What's this about you taking an English woman from the ship?
It's...
Overriding authority because you're my son?
No, sir. She's all right, Father.
That's what I intend to find out. Where is she?
She's resting. I can tell you all you want to know about her.
Oh, you can. Well, go on.
Well, she's got the most gorgeous eyes and hair you ever...
I'm not interested in her eyes or hair. Where's her room?
First room at the top of the stairs. I'll introduce you to her.
I'll introduce myself.
Who is it?
Baron Bonfido, commander of the Colonial Military Police.
Oh, just a moment, please. Won't you come in?
Thank you. I think you're aware that you are here in violation of my orders.
Won't you sit down?
I'm here to ask some questions, Fräulein. You came from a British province, I believe.
Yes, from Accra.
And what were you doing there?
Just traveling.
But I must have further information. No? Well, of course, you know, we're still in communication with Accra.
And cable by all means, if you think I'm of sufficient importance.
It's important to me to know what brings you to a German colony at this particular time.
I told you I was traveling.
So, that's all you intend to tell me? Very well. Oh, I believe my son offered you his protection. I wouldn't take that too seriously.
Your son is very charming, Baron.
He's young and impetuous. But of course, it's stupid of me to tell you that.
I understand. I won't cause you any difficulty.
You won't have an opportunity. You're going back to the ship. An officer will be here in 30 minutes to escort you. Please be ready. Good afternoon.
Wouldn't your father give you a spanking if he knew?
Yes, but he's not going to, because I'm going to smuggle you ashore every night.
Sims, can't you sleep either?
No, I can't. What with this heat and cockroaches and all this stuff and nonsense.
It is awful, isn't it? And last night's affair, that terrible dinner party. If they'd kept that Carson woman ashore, we wouldn't have had that disgraceful orgy.
You only heard it. I saw it. That French gal threatened to do a sort of nature dance on the table.
Oh, how disgusting.
Yes, I hung around for a couple of hours, but she didn't.
Where are they tonight?
How should I know?
What time do you have to be on duty in the morning?
At 6 o'clock.
Won't you be horribly tired?
I'll have plenty of time to sleep after this boat sails.
I wonder where it's taking me this time.
Haven't you got any plans?
I gave up making plans a long time ago.
I hate to see you go away. I may never see you again.
Thanks, Eric. Good night.
Good night. But I
I'm
thought-
awfully tired.
Tired?
I'll see you in the morning. Good night. I thought we said good night.
Why should I go ashore? Why should I? I'm mad about you, Myra. Please don't send me away.
You're hurting my arms.
Oh, I see. You think it's fun to lead a man on and then push him away at the last minute?
Lead a man on. Just because a woman who's lonely consents to dine with you? You think she should regard herself as an item on your bill? What right have you to take for granted that I'm cheap?
But I don't. I don't consider you cheap.
Well, we all make mistakes. For instance, I did in my judgment of you.
Well, there isn't much I can say, is there? Except that...
Except that you've been drinking. A convenient masculine excuse.
Oh, please. I want you to know that I have more respect for you than for any woman I've ever met. I lost my head. I'm horribly ashamed. Good night.
Oh, Eric. If you really mean that, it's all right.
You're very generous.
Perhaps I'm being selfish. Perhaps I want to see you again.
I've never met anyone quite like you before.
A new type to add to your museum.
There'll never be any other type.
You'll come aboard tomorrow.
The moment inspection's over.
Once again, good night. morning, Eric.
You heard?
Suppose this will mean a prison camp for me.
The order's already posted. All aliens are to be interned.
Not a very pleasant thing to look forward to. Especially in this climate.
But there must be something we can do to prevent it.
What, for instance?
Marry me. That would make you a German subject. I can't let you go out of my life now, Myra. Oh, I know I've only just met you and all that sort of thing. It seems as if I've loved you all my life.
I must have time to think things over.
I'll give you all the time you need, darling. 5 minutes. Time for me to make arrangements.
Myra Carpenter. Bring her in. My business is with this woman. We won't need you.
I should like your permission to remain, sir. Anything that concerns Myra is of interest to me.
Myra? Very well. You might as well hear this report from Accra about Myra. Myra Carson excluded from several colonies as an undesirable, immoral character. Authorities at Accra granted the Carson woman 48 hours to leave the territory following a scandal, terminating in the suicide of a British officer. This woman is without principles or morals and notorious from the Gulf of New Guinea to the Gold Coast.
Well, why don't you say something?
What is there to say? That the Baron has a beautiful voice? That I enjoy hearing my biography?
But it's not true.
Of course it's true. Now you get back to your quarters. I'll attend to her.
I can't. We were just married.
Married? So you tricked my son.
Yes, I suppose that's what you'd call it. But not your son. I tricked you. I knew what to expect from you, the kind who hounded me from port to port. Well, for once I'm even. I've tricked a uniform.
You tricked him. You knew he was easy, hungry, a young fool who puts a halo around any cheap woman.
And who made me cheap? I'll tell you. Your kind. You never gave me a chance to be anything else but cheap.
Myra.
Would you have let me try again? No. You were at my heels, ready, eager to throw me out with your reports. Well, this time I've beaten the whole disgusting system. I've beaten you. I've beaten a uniform. This time you can't put me out. You can't put me into a prison camp. I'm your son's wife. I'll be waiting at the hotel. Well?
My father wants me to give you up. Have our marriage annulled. If I refuse, we'll have to go back to my post in the jungle. Stay there. With only my military pay.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know what I should do. You certainly made a fool out of me. I should kill you.
Well, go ahead. It'd certainly solve a lot of problems for me.
But that report, I can't get it out of my mind. You, undesirable, easy. Well, why don't you deny it? Why don't you say it's not true? Why don't you lie about it?
Barry, why don't you take the easy way out? Do what your father wants. Forget me. Just charge me up to experience.
That's one thing I can't do. I can't give you up.
Well, what's the answer?
Will you come back to the post with me? Could you stand it? We might find happiness.
I'm afraid that's the thing I could never give you.
But without you, there's nothing. I'm willing to gamble. Will you?
When would we leave?
At once. Well, here we are at last, the Everybody outpost. Now, on my left, 340 miles of impenetrable swamp and jungle.
You don't tell me.
Yes. To my right, 100 miles to the nearest white habitation, Douala.
In truth, sir, God's own country.
Well, anyway, Myra, welcome home. Of course, you'll find it a little strange just at first. Now, I want you to use your imagination.
I'm trying to.
A few easy chairs, reed rugs, some pictures on the wall, and a bookcase with real books.
And some gay curtains and a chaise longue.
You're going to have one. I ordered everything before we left. They're going to be packed up by carriers. They'll be here in about 10 days.
Oh, Eric, you're very thoughtful.
I spent every mark we had. Wasn't much. Zaka! Zaka! Lazy brute. This place hasn't been touched since I've been away. The hands are absolutely dry. The house will be running with insects. Futsak, Arashuju!
Kimbo.
We have to keep the legs of the furniture in water. And now for the bridal suite. Ozaka, Pendula Mamitrao.
Kimbo.
We'll fix this up, too.
Will you stop worrying? Everything's going to be all right.
That's the spirit. Allow me to present your new maid,
My what?
Zaka's daughter. She's a bit wild, wears your shirt and helps you look for it. Afraid, Paleva?
Amina Sako, Umsai. Savvy?
Savvy. She's yours for 4 bushels of mealie and a sack of salt. Keep your eye on her. They're all thieves, but she's an expert.
What's her name?
Somatomba.
Hosina!
What?
Hosina!
We'll call her Sheba.
Putzak. Kim. I'm afraid your kind of clothes won't last long out here. The damp rot gets into everything.
Still worrying? Now run along while I unpack.
All right.
Where? Watch.
Abteilung! Halt! Links! Abteilung! Angesetzt! Höhe! I hate to leave you.
Well, why not take me with you?
I wish I could, but
It's going to be horribly lonely.
that's not the first time I've left you.
For 2 whole weeks.
Oh, they'll soon pass. Besides, no woman could stand a trip like this. After your wasting swamps, tsetse, leeches. You know I'd take you with me if I could. You'll be perfectly safe. I've left 4 of my best men to guard you.
It isn't my safety I'm worrying about, it's my reason. The unutterable boredom of this place. Why not send me down to Duella for a few days?
Why do you want to go to Duella?
Isn't it obvious?
Yes, I think it is.
Now you sound just like your father.
Why do you want to go to Duella?
Or at least it would be a change, and I might find a new record for this infernal gramophone.
So you're tired of it, eh?
Don't let's start that all over again.
Are you tired of me?
You've asked me that so many times that one day I'll say yes, just for variety.
I'd send you, Myra, really. And I'd trust you, too. Only we haven't got the money. And I won't get my next pay until January.
All right. I didn't want to go anyway.
Really?
Of course not. I'll find plenty to do here.
That's the spirit. You're sure you won't be too lonesome?
No. No, of course not. Now you run along.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
Rob to it! Let's get in! Get up! Let's get in! All right! Hey! Enjoy! Hello! Hello,
Sheba! No touch. No touch. Lady boss. Savvy? No one. Throw out. All-time Sheba. Savvy?
Savvy.
Savvy Balava, shushu. Herr Boss.
I'm Lieutenant Kurthoff, attached to this post.
So you're cool. Eric has told me all about you.
Eric is here? Why, I thought he was staying in Duela. Where is he?
He left yesterday for a conference with the native chiefs. I'm sorry he's not here to welcome you.
And may I ask who you are?
Yes, Well, won't you join me at dinner? I'd be very pleased to wait while...
Oh, excuse me. This was my room.
It still is.
Thank you. I won't keep you long. May I?
Thank you.
You know, I can't believe it.
Believe what?
That I'm sitting here having dinner with a beautiful white woman. Why, we might be at the Hotel Adlon in Berlin.
Or the Chateau Madrid in Paris?
No, Berlin. Can't you see the lights of Unter den Linden? And whereas, but in Germany would you see such a gay crowd as this?
Yes, there is rather a crowd tonight.
It's too bad. The orchestra seems to have deserted us.
Oh, but I'll speak to them. Isn't that lovely?
Devastating. Frau von Sydow.
How did you find out?
Native palaver. Zaka told me. Now, come along, please, and tell me all about it. It must have been very sudden. I mean, your marriage. How did it happen?
Oh, it just happened.
You met at Douala?
No, on a ship.
Oh, I see. Recently?
3 months ago. But tell me about yourself for a change. When did you come down here?
Oh, almost a year. I'm an engineer. I came down the same time Eric took command of this outpost.
I see.
It was a tremendous shock to find you here. White women don't come to this part of the country.
Sugar?
No, thanks. Funny thing about the jungle. It never changes. The same trees, the same heat, the same everything.
Oh, not everything. Don't tell me the dinner wasn't better.
Oh, I didn't notice the dinner.
What a rude remark to make to your hostess.
But the hostess shouldn't have been such an entertaining companion.
Quite a charming speech, considering you've had no one to talk to for months but natives.
That's just it. I feel I could sit here and talk to you all night, but...
Where are you going?
Work.
Work?
I've got to.
Work? What do you mean?
I told you. I've been surveying a possible military trail through the jungle into British territory.
I thought that was all finished.
Oh, the surveying, yes. But now comes the tedious part, drawing the map.
But surely another hour isn't going to make any difference.
It wouldn't if the war hadn't started, but now every hour may be very important.
Well, if you must draw your silly old map, why not let me help you?
What do you know about rectified meridians?
Not very much, I'm afraid.
Oh, but perhaps you are an expert on rectangular coordinates.
Not even that. But I'm an expert at sharpening pencils.
Oh, how lovely. Well, if I need any sharpened, I'll call on you. Good night. And thanks for the charming visit. Good night.
Good night. Don't you think I'm becoming quite expert?
Yes. You haven't cut your fingers for a couple of days.
I only did that to get a little attention. Where are you now?
Oh, almost end of the trail. A few weeks' march would strike British territory.
You've traveled quite a lot. Don't you think you've earned a rest?
Oh, no. I've got to finish this. Eric will be here any day now.
How quickly time goes. Seems only yesterday that you arrived. Doesn't it?
Yes. Getting dark.
Let's go down to the village and see what's going on. We could dine later.
Oh, we wouldn't see anything different from what we saw last night or the night before. Same ceremonials.
Very well, if you must nap, I'll nap with you. What can I do to help?
Well, you might get out and let me work.
That's neither polite nor grateful after all the work I've done for you. Don't bother to give me a match.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that symbolic?
Are you going to get out and let me go to work?
I couldn't think of it.
Will you please get out? All right.
Oh, please, please don't put me out. Please.
I've loved you ever since I first saw you. And you, Myra.
I never dreamed I could be so happy.
Later, boss. Simba. Simba.
Cool. Breakfast.
Oh, I must have been mad last night. It was all my fault. I knew what might happen. I should have gone away days ago.
Don't say that. Neither of us is to blame. I didn't ask to fall in love with you, but I did. Kurt, do you love me? Do you? Then nothing else matters.
But Eric,
Suppose I told you that I never loved Eric. That I never loved anyone till I met you. It's true. I only married Eric to escape being sent to a prison camp.
oh, it doesn't make any difference now.
Oh, but it does. Eric knows all that. He'll understand.
No, not Eric. I know him. We've been together all this time, like brothers.
All the same, I can't give you up. We've a right to our happiness, you and I. Love like ours doesn't come to everyone. We can't just cast it aside. Eric. I can't go on with it. Living with him, loving you, I couldn't stand it.
There is only one way out of this, Maya. I must go away.
No,
I must. I'll get transferred to another post.
no.
It's wonderful to be back. Did you miss me?
Why, of course.
So did... Court. I didn't expect to see you for months. How long have you been here?
Well, about 10 days.
Oh. Well, then it hasn't been so lonely for you after all.
Oh, Kurt's been pretty busy.
Yes, I suppose so. You never thought you'd see anything as lovely as this in Africa, did you, Kurt?
You had breakfast?
No, I traveled all night so I could have it with you.
Well, everything's ready.
Did you have a hard trip?
No? Not very. Well, I suppose you were surprised to find Myra here.
Naturally.
Let's sit down.
Fruit, Eric?
No, thanks. Thanks. Thank you. News travels like the wind through the bush, Myra. All the native chiefs knew we were married, although some of them lived hundreds of miles away. They all sent you presents, ranging from a can of American sauerkraut to a baby leopard. Well, I seem to be doing all the talking. How was your expedition, Kurt?
Successful. Map's almost finished now. I've been working pretty hard.
So Myra said.
Yes, it's quite true. He's been cooped up in his room ever since he arrived.
Not very nice for you.
Oh, I didn't mind. The natives held ceremonials in the village every evening. I had a lot of fun watching.
You didn't go down there at night alone.
Why?
I was with her.
Oh.
Eric,
Yes?
are you going to work late?
Yes, I've got quite a lot to do.
Well, good night then.
Good night.
By the way, when will your father be here?
Any day now. Why?
No particular reason. Good night.
Everything in order, sir. Glad to see you, Lieutenant.
How long will you be able to stay, sir?
Until I'm sufficiently rested to continue the inspection.
Eric, perhaps your father would like some tiffin. Everything's ready.
Thank you, Myra. Will you come in, sir?
Thank you. Sergeant,
Sir.
still at your men.
Defend. Backhand! Yeah! Up! Backhand!
Well, Myra, how are you enjoying the solitude?
Sugar?
Bad climate for a woman. Makes them paid.
What news of the war, sir?
Not much down here. The British will probably try to annex our possessions. They're past masters at that sort of thing. Aren't they, Myra?
Have they attempted a coastal attack yet, sir?
Not yet. The English have only one decrepit gunboat in Accra. Myra can tell you all about Accra. Can't you, Myra? Myra knows that town, and the town knows her, too. Where am I quartered?
You may use my room, sir.
You don't want to put you out?
It's all right. I'll build it in the storehouse. I hope you'll find everything satisfactory.
Myra,
How much longer have I got to stand these insults?
I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's yes, sir. No, sir. Did you have a nice trip, sir? Go ahead and insult my wife, sir.
He didn't mean to be as rude as he sounded.
Humiliating me like that in front of... Oh, I've had enough of it.
You mean you've had enough of me?
Don't touch me. Oh, please. I'll be all right in a minute. Leave me alone, won't you? Please.
Well, you certainly make changes here. The woman's touch, eh? Yes, yes.
Up to this point, we encounter no difficulties. From here on are the swamps. But a few thousand native beaters could open a road into British territory in a short time.
Exactly how long?
Oh, 2 months.
Well, this gives us the key to the situation. We can make a surprise attack on the British where the least expected. Excellent work, Kurtoff. I shall recommend you for this.
Thank you very much, sir. But I would like to ask for a transfer.
Well, nonsense, my boy. You can't run out on this now.
I've had a pretty long siege, sir.
I've just said your work here has only begun. The road must be started immediately. You shall be in command of all construction.
I appreciate that very much, sir, but...
I know the symptoms. You're suffering from lack of polo and good old lager beer at the Kaiserhof. You'd like a good dose of Duella 3 times a day, eh, Kurt? Sorry, can't be done.
Very good, sir. And now, if you'll excuse me...
Well?
He refuses to transfer me. I have to remain here until the road is completed. But I'm not going to. I'll resign.
Oh, you can't do that, not in wartime.
It doesn't matter.
How long do you intend to keep us here?
My son will remain here as long as you're his wife.
Don't you realize you've killed every chance of happiness we might have had?
But don't you like it here?
I can't stand it any longer.
Why do you? You can get out any time you like. Alone.
Father.
There's a Portuguese freighter leaving from Duella on the 17th for Madeira. I shall be glad to make all accommodations, including your passage, with my compliments.
Very well. I accept.
Myra, you don't know what you're saying.
I do know what I'm saying. Eric, there's no other way. I did you a great wrong when I married you. The least I can do now is to take myself out of your life.
But I can't let you go.
But you've got to let me go. If I remained here, I should only end by hating you. And I never want to do that.
Don't take it too hard. Can't you see this is not a gesture on her part? She's tired of you.
Even if that were true, I'd still want her.
Please, I must talk to you.
You frightened me. You've done that several times lately.
I'm sorry, but I'm desperate.
Who are you?
An Englishman
An Englishman?
who's been accepted as a German by the colonial police.
But I don't understand. Why are you telling me this?
Because I overheard what happened just now. It's going to be pretty hard for you. Deported from here, dumped in a neutral country without means of support.
What do you mean?
I need your help. There's a map I must get. Here's 500 pounds, enough to keep you in comfort after you land.
You must be mad.
I have no time to lose. I made arrangements to sail on the same boat that you do, which means I must leave here tonight.
And what makes you think I won't tell my husband?
You're an Englishwoman.
I couldn't do it.
What are you going to do?
I'll give you a chance. If you're on board that boat at Duella, I'll keep quiet. If not, I'll have to tell the authorities.
But do you realize what this means to our country? You're English?
Yes. I've been given the protection of a German name. I can't forget that.
Then you refuse to help me?
I couldn't do it. That's final.
Oh, here you are. I'll put this in the safe until we're ready to leave.
Father, I haven't any money to give Myra.
You can't send her away without anything.
She's had all she's going to get from me.
But deported from here. Dumped in a neutral country without means of support.
You don't have to worry about her means of support. Not her kind.
Father, you must!
Not one mark. We won't discuss this anymore. Good night. Where's my son?
He left early this morning for upriver.
Did you see him before he left?
Yes, sir.
Did he seem... did he seem depressed?
Didn't notice, sir.
I suppose you know his wife left this morning.
Yes, sir.
Who?
Upred. It's for you, sir.
I must return to Duel at once. Nice state of affairs. Well, anyway, get my detail together. Oh, wait. I must take that map with me. Know the combination of the safe?
Yes, sir.
Very well, open it for me.
It isn't here, sir.
Well, it must be there. I put it there myself. Of course, she took it. She's English. She knows its value.
Oh, you must be wrong, sir. Myra.
There's no time to lose. Get some men. Follow and arrest her.
Well, you can't do it. It's madness. I'm sorry, sir, but you're making a mistake. I know Myra.
Oh, so you know her, do you? You don't know anything at all about her. She's known in every colony on the coast. She's notorious. Oh, you don't have to believe me. Her record is in the hands of every police official.
Anything else I can get you, madame?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
You had that map. I want it. I must have it. I must put it back before they find it gone.
You're not serious. Your husband wasn't so particular after he'd overheard my offer to you.
He did it for me. You don't understand. I can't accept it. It means his honor, perhaps his life. Here. Give it to me, please.
Don't be ridiculous. I haven't lived a year in this hellhole to let the first
If you
hysterical
don't do as
woman...
I ask...
Oh, you'll call the authorities and turn your husband over to a firing squad?
Oh, but...
Search him. That won't be necessary. So it was true. You're both under arrest. Take him ashore.
One moment, Lieutenant. This lady is not guilty of anything. I can give you proof that...
Thank you for trying to protect me. It's quite useless. Nobody would believe you. We must both take our medicine.
I understand. May I? Captain Dudley Miller at your service.
No doubt you'll need this for evidence. And now, please, may I go to my cabin for some clothes?
I can't go through with this, Myra. I don't care what you've done.
Of course.
I'll get you out of this somehow. I'll find a way. Nothing else matters. Nothing but you.
This would mean your career.
I don't care about my career or anything.
Oh, no. No. I'm ready, Lieutenant.
That will be all, Lieutenant. You may go. Won't you sit down?
Can't we dispense with the formalities? I'd like to get my trial over as quickly as possible.
There will be no trial. Please sit down. I never liked you, Myra. Perhaps I was jealous because he loved you so much. In trying to break you, I made him desperate. You see, soon after you left, I received a message ordering me to return here immediately. I wanted the map. It was gone.
I see.
Naturally, I thought you had taken it. But when Eric returned, he told me the truth.
Don't be too hard on him. People do a lot of queer things for love. I'm going out of his life. Give him another chance.
If I only could.
What do you mean? Where is he? Where is Eric? What's happened to him?
He was a Fonzido, not entirely without honor and courage. He killed himself.
Oh.
You have a letter from him. It would have proven your innocence. Why didn't you use it?
I destroyed it.
Thank you. But you can't go like this. You must let me help you. But isn't there anything I can do?
Yes, there is something. Someday, tell Kurt the truth.
Find Lieutenant Kutov. Have him report to me at once.
Feuer bitte?
Dankeschön.